Da-na-na. Hey, welcome to KocoSports. I am the huge one, aka the idiot, and this is a bunch of wrestling news that I just wanted to cover and talk about. The big news coming out right now: Paige is not getting cleared and is finished as a WWE wrestler, and maybe may never wrestle again. People are comparing it to Edge's injury. It happened at a house show, as most of you already know, it involved Sasha Banks and just a freak accident injury. And to me, um, I don't know. I have a, I don't want to lie because like a lot of times I threw Paige under the bus on our award show, and I don't want to be one of those guys that's hypocritical. But when it came to Paige's career, hey, she's only 25. Look how much amazing things she's done since 25. She comes from a wrestling family. I saw a lot of news reports say, "Oh, I didn't know anything about Paige before, WWE." She was actually a really, really great wrestler from a traditional family, and they did a whole documentary on it. If you could find a documentary, and I apologize for not knowing it, I'm just shooting off the cuff here, giving my opinion. You can see about her whole family and her rise to WWE and the traditions they have, and her mom's still wrestling, and it's amazing. So, overall, just such a tragic story, such a sad story. I was a huge fan of hers in the Indies. I rooted for her. I thought she did awesome in NXT. And then, I just thought maybe she was overhyped, but she also made a lot of big mistakes in life. And it looks like she cleaned up her life and turned shit around, and then bam, this happens. I hope WWE finds something for her. Her fan base is humongous. Like if usually when an injury or a death happens, people are like, "How dare you talk bad about her? How dare you talk bad about them?" But Paige had a fan base before that was like that. I was like, I remember one time on this podcast, I was like, I thought Paige was better in NXT and in the Indies than she is in WWE. And I got like tons of heat. They're like, "Oh my God, how dare you say that about her?" But still, an amazing pro wrestler. Sad to see it happen. And I just hope, only 25 years old, I hope she finds another job. Corey Graves found another job. Even Edge, he had his own show. I just hope they find something for Paige to do. And it's crazy that she's been wrestling for so long and it's only 25 and her career is over. And it's just sad because it's just a sad, sad story. I don't know. Hopefully, after her heart problems over the years, that I hope she just does a good job. I don't know. It's such a sad story. You kind of hope just something good comes out of it. So I know Paige is super over with the fans, and people love Paige. So hopefully, she could do something. Maybe a manager, maybe a female commentary. I don't know. She has a bit of a, I don't know. She has a bit of a squeaky voice, but rumor has it I have a bit of a squeaky voice. So I shouldn't be such a judgmental prick. But it would be nice to see, I want to see Paige's career continue on in the WWE. That's what I want. And I am hoping that WWE does the right thing and does that. And just overall sad story. My favorite Paige memory is probably her NXT title run. I just remember, because to me, that was like the start of WWE taking women's wrestling seriously. So, congratulations to Paige for having an awesome career, and it's just such a sad, sad story that this is how it ends. Skipping over to TNA right now. EC3 finished with Impact Wrestling. He just did his last TV tapings. And to me, EC3 has been the heart and soul of that company for a really long time. And to me, he's one of the few WWE guys that jumped ship, him and Christian Cage, and I can't think of anyone else on top of my head. Maybe Kurt Angle. I don't know. Kurt Angle had such a great WWE career, but Christian Cage, EC3, but EC3 recreated himself, and he wasn't a big WWE star. He only was in two NXT. He was in the NXT show and the NXT game show. So, and to me, awesome character, pulled it off, amazing matches, just was all around great. And matter of fact, I stopped watching TNA when they hot shot Matt Hardy to the title and just made him lose. I was like, dude, I'm done. I'm done, because at the time, Matt Hardy wasn't doing the broken thing. He was literally, I'm Matt Hardy from WWE. Hey, your heart and soul? Yeah, I'll take it from you. So EC3 was probably my favorite Impact wrestler, of the newer generation of wrestlers. I always loved Samoa Joe, Kurt Angle, Christopher Daniels, AJ Styles, but EC3 seemed to be the newer version, So to me, he was the heart and soul of TNA. He should have been champion for a hell of a lot longer. They should have, treated him better. But overall, had a great career, and I want to know where he goes. And I want to know because there's been online reports that not WWE, I apologize, TNA isn't doing the keeping the people's gimmicks and going in lawsuits and stuff. So I wonder if EC3 will still be able to beat EC3. Can you imagine EC3 being this generation's $1 million man with Dixie Carter as his manager in WWE? That would be completely strange and weird as a TNA fan. It would be exciting to watch, or EC3 showing up as a billionaire, type gimmick in New Japan. I don't know. It would be interesting. I hope EC3 goes somewhere that he could continue being a star, and we could see him on a bigger stage. And that's not a knock against Impact. I just don't want to see him go on a smaller stage. I don't think the EC3 character in the indies seems right. It's like, I'm a billionaire and I'm in front of 120 people that paid $5. It's like, So I hope that he at least goes to either New Japan, WWE, maybe Ring of Honor, but I don't know. So I'd like to see that. And I'd love to see him keep the same gimmick. And I don't know, Dixie Carter, from everything I've heard from people, absolutely loves pro wrestling. It's kind of a mark. How crazy would it be, Dixie Carter, just the manager of EC3, and in WWE? In New Japan it would be cool, but in WWE it would be so fucking weird / cool / awesome. And I wonder what TNA fans would say, because they hate WWE so much but always defended and loved Dixie Carter. I think their heads would explode. They're like, how can we spin this into a good thing? Blah! So I'm really excited to see what happens to EC3. I'm rooting for New Japan or WWE just because, and I love independent wrestling, and I love, watching Ring of Honor, especially the Ring of Honor pay-per-views. The Ring of Honor TV shows, they're hit and miss. But the Ring of Honor pay-per-views I really love. But I don't know, it just would seem out of place, EC3 and Ring of Honor. That's just my opinion. Where do you think EC3 is going? And do you think he'll be able to keep the gimmick? All right, 2 more stories I'm going to talk about here. Goldberg, they reported on ESPN. That's amazing that ESPN is covering WWE news, because KocoSports is really old, because I'm really old. And KocoSports used to be all sports and pro wrestling. And I remember no one would be like, no one understood it. And then we made just combat sports, wrestling, boxing, MMA, and no one understood it. Nowadays, ESPN is covering WWE and combat sports, which, I'm pretty sure that we came up with, because my biggest regret and mistake was not buying combatsports.com when it was available. Now it just seems to be an everyday thing. I never in a million years would thought ESP, because we used to get our balls busted. Like, oh, KocoSports, you cover the NHL and WWE. Ho, 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 ho. And now ESPN is reported that Goldberg will be in the Hall of Fame. He's the first inductee of the WWE Hall of Fame 2018. And you know what? Goldberg's not the best wrestler. I think even Goldberg would tell you that. But he is the perfect example of booking to hide your weaknesses. He had one fucking amazing career in WCW and barely could fucking wrestle. So, it's really, really interesting. And I don't know. For some reason, Goldberg is the type of guy that I think I should hate, but I love. I remember watching him when I was in the Marine Corps, and everyone going absolutely crazy and just be like, fucking Goldberg! And it's like, fuck yeah! That's just, you know what? Goldberg might not be a good wrestler, but the world, WWE, TNA, and the world of pro wrestling needs to see how to hide weaknesses. Don't expose the weaknesses. That's why his first WWE run was god fucking awful. Because WWE's like, well, Goldberg can't wrestle. Send him out there to wrestle. Da, da, da. It's just like, come on. You protect John Cena from everything. What John Cena's never going to die because Vince McMahon and WWE is going to protect him from the Grim Reaper, for Christ's sake. And you couldn't protect Goldberg? I'm glad he had that last second run. And, yeah, I'm happy for Bill Goldberg. I'm a fan of Bill Goldberg, even though I probably shouldn't be. But much respect for hiding his weaknesses and how intense he was and believable at the time. So yeah, Goldberg going to the WWE Hall of Fame. I'm happy about it. What do you say? But I also grew up a WCW fan, so I might be a little biased there. Just last news story before I have to go and meet a couple friends in real life. Stupid real life always getting in the way of the online life. A new PWG World Champion Crowned. Chuck Taylor has regained his title, and he defeated Ricochet. Way to go, Chuck Taylor. My New Year's resolution every year is to watch more PWG. Because I only watch like 1 or 2 events a year, but it's so fucking overhyped on the... Not overhyped, it's just hyped up on the internet. I don't know if it's overhyped, might be overhyped, but it's so hyped up on the internet. I like watch 1 or 2 shows. I'm like, I understand why. And then that's it. I need to watch more PWG. But the big thing is, Ricochet was defeated. And no facts whatsoever, just my opinion. Maybe Ricochet headed to NXT? Maybe. Can you imagine Ricochet on 205 Live? That would be the saddest fucking thing ever. Unless, of course, they took 205 Live seriously. So, yeah, Ricochet, losing titles left and right, saying goodbye left and right, left his mask at the Lucha Underground season finale. Maybe. He headed to WWE. That's what all the internet rumors point to. Oh, man, if WWE... You already fucked up Apollo Crews. Don't fuck up. Please don't fuck up Ricochet. Oh my god. That would break my fucking heart. Alright, maybe we just gotta recruit all Dragon guys to 205 Live. That'd be amazing. Yeah. You know what? I want 205 Live to be good. This ain't my idea. It's another YouTuber's idea, and I apologize for not remembering this YouTuber's name off the top of my head. But send Balor down there. Just send everyone with talent. Just make it a cruiserweight show. Too many guys going, I don't wrestle the cruiserweight style. Get it? I'm a heel. Shotgun in mouth. All right, so congratulations, Chuck Taylor. I'll probably try to do more news stories. Tons of stuff the idiots coming your way. I've already pre-recorded them. So if you want to be on this show, hit me up on Twitter at KocoSports. Send me a question. I'll read the question. I'll give my opinion. I'm an idiot, so my opinion might be wrong. But hey, rumor has it, some of these experts' opinions might not be as accurate as they think they are. But an idiot's opinion, of course it won't be accurate. Where was I going with that? Anyway, I gotta go. I gotta meet some friends in real life. Stupid real life. Like, comment, subscribe. Order my book, Operation Freak Show. Check me play some NHL on my Let's Play channel, Koco Plays. KocoSports.net. It's the year of the nerd. We're rebuilding this channel, rebuilding this site, rebuilding my life. The year of the nerd. Did I say like, comment, subscribe? I think I did. With that, I am over. Bum, 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 bum.